Hilfiger, nigga, Tuesday evening. This is the Star Report. I am Mr. Torrain, PKA Chucky, your friend till the end. All right, Black Lives Matter. I think I want to go in with no Vaseline tonight. I'm sick of them. I tried to give them a chance. As you know, I do not support tribalism. Turning up at Carmine's in New York City, Upper West Side. They don't want you there. Why would you go there? You like Italian food? Go cook your own Italian food or get some to go. They don't want you there. Let's start right there. And they released new video footage today. If you have not seen it, go to my community section. You had a contentious, aggressive maggot bucking up on the other Asian girl, even if she said something. So what? Call the police, file a complaint. What is that? Go on Yelp. Give them a nasty review. What is all that? You know, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Kicking up all that dust. The protest. I called who I consider to be the leading authority on Black Lives Matter in New York City. And I just sent him a text. He said he's calling in. Light-skinned Rory, whenever you're ready. Never mind all that white boy Rory stuff. He's light-skinned. He's calling in. And kids, I'm sipping coffee and Nutter Butter cookies. None of that alcohol stuff. I've been busy. I don't even have the craving right now. What has it been, 8-9 days? I feel great. So that's my focus. It's the trending story. Again, Carmine's just released new video footage to show that one of the, maggots. I'm just going to call him a maggot for now. I'm sure we'll get to other slanderous terms as we go. I'm not even going to say Asian hate. It was just, over something to do with the mask. Okay, you produced your card. How did it get to that point? If she had attitude, ask for the manager, go sit someplace else. But what really bothered me was you had some other chick, 400 pounds, weave down to her ankles. And then you had another maggot. His ass is protruding out of his jeans. I am so sick and tired of you maggots with your pants hanging off your ass, especially if you're over 40. Enough already. Also tonight, hang on a second, on the screen, Joy Reid from MSNBC. She's been kicking up a whole lot of dust over the last year or so I'm not necessarily co-signing her. She was claiming that ADOS were bots. Remember that, troll babies? I'm sorry. Good evening. How you guys doing? Yeah, she was talking sideways about ADOS. Now she's, talking about there's a missing white woman syndrome. Well, aren't you part of the media, Joy Reid? Why don't you do some type of weekly Where Are They segment on MSNBC? It would appear that she's trying to stick up, for the black cause, the black struggle, whatever. I'm just not buying it, but I do want to talk about that. If you have seen the video footage of her talking, and she invited some other people on the show, and they seem to be, riled up. A few other things. Hold on a second. Okay, and also in Del Rio, Texas, the Border Patrol is being criticized, and the Biden administration has responded. They're saying what's happening to the Haitians and the Cubans, mostly Haitians, is way out of line, not consistent with how they handle these types of situations. Salute to Elvis, the Chef Rosenberg, and others who have said that stock footage and those people are actors and actresses. Did anybody hear what they were saying to the migrants as they were on horses whipping them? Cow. Why isn't Black Lives Matter down there in Del Rio, Texas? Troll babies, anybody get an answer? Why isn't Black Lives Matter in Del Rio, Texas? Okay, other things I want to get to. Give me a second. Let me make sure my phones are working. Light Skin Rory. Are the phones working? Now I don't have to reset everything. I hate when that happens. Jesus Christ. And I text two other people. We'll see if any people have time tonight. Troll Babies, good evening. How you guys doing? Is the spelling okay? Okay. Also, I would like for us to collectively go in on Phil Collins. This is an older white man, original drummer. Well, I don't think he was the original drummer. Early drummer for the band Genesis. I go back with Genesis, back to Peter Gabriel days. Phil Collins then took over the lead vocals. One of their most celebrated albums, the Duke album, before they became really, really commercially accepted. Phil Collins is sick. Why is he on tour? Why is Genesis on tour? Phil Collins is performing in a chair. And he's doing what Ashanti was doing. Remember? We were talking about Ashanti? Singing and then holding the mic to the audience. There must be some under. You sing it, mate. He looks like death. Okay, I want to talk about that. And also tonight, my DMs. I'll get to that as well, okay? All right, whilst I wait to see if the phones are working, I want to acknowledge some people early. Todd, I got your donation. He says, Black Lives Matter is full of shit. I think that's the consensus. That is the consensus. Okay, Rory, I got you. I see Rory in line early, okay? Light-skinned Rory. Never mind that white boy stuff. Tyrell, I got your donation. The real Rico got your donation, sir. I'm going to read this. Dead female snow apes equal major views. Dead female snow apes equals major views. Is that the only reason? Or do you think we as a nation, when I say we, I mean all of us, black included, do we care more for a missing white girl or white woman than we do for a black woman? Keep it real. If I just read his goddamn Cash App tonight, call in, fuck the algorithm, let's go there. When you want to know something about a black woman, or when you see something, do you care, or do you say, she's probably getting high? That bitch ain't missing. Why do we think that? Why do we think that? That bitch ran away from home. She probably trying to become a singer. That bitch ain't dead. Light Skin Rory, hold on. Stay right there, Light Skin Rory. Hang on.
Stop.
Okay. Okay, Tyrell, cat food for Cardi B. Don't give up on her. Sir, I have not seen that cat Cardi B since she bogarted her way into my house, went under the bed and slept for like 3 hours. I guess she was tired ripping and running. Took off hours later. Have not seen her since, sir. She hasn't even been in the yard. I do want to talk about one of my cats. Let me write this down so I can remind myself. Mariah, a sadistic bitch. As I've said on many occasions, for those of you who remember, cats are surplus killers, along with foxes, and there's only a few types of animals. Surplus killers, meaning they don't necessarily kill to eat it, they just kill for fun. And I witnessed the cat Mariah the other day literally taunt and then kill a salamander. Didn't even eat it, just ripped it with her claw. I'll get to that later, okay? But thank you, Tyrell, for your donation. And the last one before we get to the show here. Erna got your donation. Thank you so much. All right. Light Skin Rory, good evening, sir. Are you there? My official Black Lives Matter commentator. How are you, man?
What's going on?
How are you, man? Good evening.
Oh, Maron. They're not coming for Carmine. That's not going to happen. I'm going to tell you right now, we're getting sick and tired of these Black Lives Matter, man. This whole thing has gone too far, Star. This whole thing's gone too far. I seen those big-ass country ratchet heifers acting a fool up in Carmine's, and, you know, there's not a chance in hell that little Asian girl said to those big-ass aggressive heifers that the N-word. That never happened. Everybody knows that didn't happen.
Well, hang on a second, Rory. Even if she did say something under her breath, why? Why is the ignorance celebrated? Why does it then become, I don't give a fuck, and then it becomes physical? Why? She was outnumbered. Why did the black girl buck up on her and nudge her first? You saw the new video? Came out today?
I saw the video. I saw the first one, the short one, where all you saw was like like pushing and shoving, and then the guys who had their pants hanging around their ass, like not a little bit. We're talking like they had their pants hanging around their ass. No.
Rory.
I mean?
Rory, there's a new video. If you've not seen it, put yourself on mute. Please.
I saw it. I saw the new one. I saw the new one that came out where she came outside and she stepped in her face from behind, kind of from the side, and was like she was, and then she mushed her in the face, and
the black girl got physical first. Call it what it is, man.
Of course, yes. Not only did the black girl get physical first, her two friends got physical first with her. Yeah. So it was 3-on-1 immediately.
Yeah. Co-conspirators.
They went to the lowest common denominator.
Yeah,
I like Carmine's. I'm pissed off. I like Carmine's. I've been going to Carmine's for a long time. Their food is good. Yeah. That's not a fugazi place. If those people had 5 or 6 people in their party, they would have been dropping $500.
Easy.
You know what I mean? That's not a place you go down to and act like that. And Star, you can't tell me that. I read the article, and I read both sides from what their lawyer said, because they never made any statement. What their lawyer said was that they were called the N-word. And what the people from the restaurant said, and the manager of the restaurant said, he said, look, man, first off, while the fight was happening, they never said anything about the N-word, right? Yeah. While it was happening. Now, that's a fact. If somebody calls somebody the N-word and they feel slighted by that racially, while they're beating somebody up or people are breaking up, they're going to be screaming, no, she called me, or you know what, she called me. That's what they're going to be screaming. That's one thing. The two, they got arrested. Those 3 women got arrested. That night when they got arrested, there was a police report taken. Yeah. Not one time did they say to the police that they were called the N-word.
Now, hang on a second, Rory. Even if they were, again, I'm asking the question here, why do we celebrate the ignorance? And I'm saying we, including myself. I like ratchet shit on YouTube. I go to the Grand Report daily, early in the mornings. Hang on. If it's really ratchet, I share the video. But why are certain females contentious, overly aggressive, even if the girl didn't say it, and kicked up all this dust? A protest yesterday. Today's Tuesday. The protest was yesterday. It's big news in New York, and you're from New York, yes? It's big news in New York.
Yeah. No, we didn't even get on Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter going over there protesting. They knew where they were going. They were if that scene had happened down in Brooklyn at like a Sal's Pizza at a Do the Right Thing, Black Lives Matter wouldn't have showed up, because they know they would have got their ass kicked. And they wouldn't have went up to Arthur Avenue if that episode happened, and they wouldn't have protested. They were down in Manhattan in a tourist hub. It's on the west side. Yeah. There's a lot of tourists down there. So they and plus, not for nothing, Star, Carmine's used to be a family-owned place, and those people would have kicked the shit out of them. But it's been sold, and it's more of a corporate place now.
I know Carmine's very well. Hold on a second, Rory. Stay with me. Wait a minute. I have another expert on the line. 919, Mo Fax. Good evening, sir. Mo Fax, are you there?
What's up, Star? How you doing?
Man, good to hear your voice. Are you up to speed? New video footage came out today. Carmine's in Manhattan. Black Lives Matter protesting yesterday. Shit is lit. Shit is lit.
I'm all the way up to speed. And one thing that was left out was there were men in the party as well, and they left to go get their verification that they had been vaccinated.
Right.
So they did the right thing.
Don't start that.
What you mean? Don't start that.
Hang on, Rory.
That's the fact.
Rory, let Mo speak.
Rory,
let Mo speak. You had your turn. Let Mo speak, please. Go ahead, Mo.
It's in the article. If you would have read it, it was 6 people in the party.
I read it.
The men left to go get their verification of vaccination, while the women turned up. And the thing was, it was the oldest woman that turned up. It wasn't even the young one. It was one woman. There was one woman that was 49, and there was another woman that was 44, and with her daughter, that was 21. It was an old fool that got it popping.
Yeah.
And this is what we're saying right here. And the Asian lady knew what she was doing because she went and stood center camera with her hands together,
Right.
you know what I'm saying, to show that she was not a violent or any kind of threat. So she knew. Now, I'm not going to say that she didn't say anything sideways to them, inside, but that doesn't warrant any kind of physical violence. Second of all, you know what I'm saying, all they're going to do now, if you read the article, even though I know you did, Star, but if everybody else read the article, this is going to be justification for any violence towards people that's enforcing the vaccination laws. They're going to ratchet up, you know what I'm saying, the penalty on it. So you know what I'm saying, this the same way what they did with the Asian hate crime.
Yeah.
And this was an Asian lady, and the first thing they said was everybody involved was Asian, Latino, or black.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, from the Carmine side of it. So all they're going to do is use these women as examples to further enforce, you know what I'm saying, the segregation that's happening in New York across, you know what I'm saying, the vaccination situation.
Right. Hang on a second, Mo. Rory, you want to respond. Rory, you had something to say.
Yeah. Well, first thing, Mo, I didn't like the fact that you insinuated that I didn't read the article. I did read the article, and I also disagree with you. I'm going to say this: I disagree with you whether they called to the N-word or not. If they called to the N-word, I might be more in her corner to say. This lady comes out and she goes to have a nice meal and she's on vacation in New York and she's from Texas. I don't know. You don't know if it took her a long time to save up her money and she came out here and then she goes out to a nice restaurant. And regardless if they have a vaccination card or not, you don't call a black woman that in her face, especially in the presence of her daughter, and not expect her to lose her mind. So if that was...
Well, hang on a second, Rory. Now, it sounded like at first you were not understanding of the black women turning up. You called them heifers. Now are you saying them using?
Yeah.
Now you're saying because they resorted to violence that it's justified? I'm confused.
No. Understand me, Star. I don't believe that the N-word was ever used.
Okay.
Right. But I'm saying if the coin was flipped and it was used, then I wouldn't be so angry at them. I wouldn't have. I could see how the situation escalated fast.
Okay.
Because,
can I ask you? Can I ask you to deal with what we have as opposed to doing a hypothetical? Mo came in. I like his angle. Mo, back to you for a second. Then Mo, I want to talk to you about what Joy Reid said as well. Hang on, Rory. Mo, please, Mo.
No, so the issue is, even if they said that to her, like I said, we can understand a natural and emotional reaction, but I don't think it was said to him because you would have told the cops that to justify yourself not getting arrested. You would have said, you know what I'm saying, these people said, call me the N-word, or this person called me the N-word. That's justified me firing off on him. What it was they thought they were uncheckable. You know, they thought they couldn't get kicked out of anywhere.
Right.
Like I said, it's a certain segment.
On that Tamika Mallory shit. Who gonna check me? Go ahead.
Right. Exactly. It is the same mentality of the one that was twerking in the man's restaurant. You see what I'm saying? It's the same mentality. You can't take certain people anywhere because they ruin it for everybody. And what we have to do, and I said it before, shun these kind of people out of our community. Because they mean no good. And the funny thing was...
Well, hang on. Mo, hold on a second. Mo, stay there. Hold that thought. I hear what you're saying. Shun them. But the question I asked early, maybe I asked it too early. Why do we sell... Guys, we have some type of clicking noise. Is that me or what is that? A clicking noise? Okay, now it stopped.
I hear it too.
Now it stopped. Why do we celebrate the ignorance? Why do we find it to be entertaining? I mean, I even included myself. I wake up, I go to the Grand Report. I want to see the bullshit. Why are we accepting of that? Hang on, guys. We got the clicking noise again. Mo, is that you? It's clicking very loud.
No, I'm in a very quiet place.
Okay. Why do we celebrate this ignorance, and then when we see it, we have an issue with it? That's the question, Mo.
Because it's built into our culture for us to expect to act this way. So it's like, oh, like you said, I'm keeping it real. I don't give a F. I don't give a F. That's built into our culture, and it's not all of us. It's a certain segment of us, and it's that rebellious nature that we celebrate. But at the same time, it's cringy when we're caught on camera and the whole world sees us acting this way. You know what I'm saying? We want to separate ourselves from this behavior, and I was going to that because in the melee, the table had got knocked over, and the black guy with his ass hanging out, it may be a trans man, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? grab the thing and set it up properly. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't really want no problem, I'm telling you. But what it is they felt they were offended. You can't tell me where I can go. I can eat where I want to. I don't need no vaccination card. I know how it went. You know what I'm saying? Because we deal with these people all the time.
Now, hang on. For those who don't know, the people were tourists. They were from Texas. Was it Houston? I forget. So they were up in New York.
Humble. It was two from Humble, Texas, and one from Houston, Texas.
Okay. So they came up north with that bullshit. You know, the bullshit that's so common in Chuck E. Cheese and the Waffle House. In those places, that's accepted. You know, that's accepted. Rory, back to you, Rory.
Yeah. I don't think they had any business going to Carmine's in the first place because, to be honest with you, if you saw the guys that they were bringing in there, I don't even think that they could pronounce the Italian dishes that they served in there. I mean, those guys would walk in there and they would order a chicken parmigiana and a shrimp Lamborghini and think that they said it right, you know. And if I own the restaurant, you ain't coming in there with your goddamn undergarments hanging out. You know what I mean? It ain't that type of a place. Black Lives Matter. That should be belt loops matter. How come belt loops don't matter? How come you can't? All these brothers out here, they over here wearing belts. They were buying these Versace belts and these Gucci belts.
Rory cooking niggas tonight. Pay attention. Let's
got
go,
a $500 goddamn belt and your ass still hanging out, and you try to come break bread with the Italians. That ain't how it works up here. You better keep that shit in Dallas barbecue. Go down to Dallas BBQ and act like that. Don't come up to Carmine acting like that.
Let's go.
I bet old girl, Chinese girl in the front, she probably had during her training, Nick Anthony, Fat Nick, Pretty Tony, they probably told her, listen, we don't have a problem with whoever comes in here, but don't let no ratchet people up in here. They come in here showing their ass, and their boyfriend's name is tattooed on their titty, and then it's crossed out, and they got another boyfriend's name tattooed on.
Hang on a second. I can tell you from experience, I've lived in New York City, East Side and West Side for years. Carmine's and other places, they don't want you in there. They don't give a goddamn if you spend money and then you leave a $200 fucking tip. They don't want you in there on that bullshit. Hang on a second. I'm going to do a lot tonight here. Crown, I got your donation. Crown says Rory uses a rope like Juicy Smollett. # per. Okay. Guys, I want to shift gears for a second. We got so much to discuss tonight. Mo Fax, Joy Reid from MSNBC. I'm sure you know her well. She recently said on her show that the media has a missing white woman syndrome. And, I mean, she's part of the media, the mainstream, MSNBC. And she had on some guests, and she was talking about why don't we hear about missing black people, missing natives, yada, yada, yada. And I just said, why is she acting like she doesn't have the power? Can't she get an intern and present this? Did you see Joy Reid say this, Mo? It's trending everywhere.
I did, and the only thing I'm going to say about Joy, a couple of things I'm going to say about Joy Reid. First of all, she was the one that called ADOS Russian bot. Right. You know what I'm saying, for asking for things during the election. Right. And she caped hard for Joe Biden. And the second thing is she's trying to get her black card back because Nicki Minaj called her a coon. That's why she's trying to go all pro-black all of a sudden.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And speak out on about, you know what I'm saying, that we know white people get certain coverage in the media, especially blonde hair, blue-eyed white women. We know this.
Yeah.
White children, you know what I'm saying? When they go missing, the media cares. But she's part of the media. Like I said, she's just trying to get her black card back because Nicki Minaj bodied her by calling her Tamina and a coon. And now she was saying, now she's trying to creep back in the back door, and she's been exposed because she's a fraud. Because she sit here and said she wouldn't take the juice. You know what I'm saying, when it was 45 Savage in office, but now she's, you know what I'm saying, she lined up, rolled up her sleeve, don't care what's in the vial, she's gonna take the jab. So you know what I'm saying, that's what this is all about right here.
All right, Mo, hang on a second. How do I say your name, darling? Is it Angeline or Angeline? She says, Star, I sent a super chat on Friday asking if Rory was single. I never received a response. And she says, hi, Rory. She's got the little emoji with the 2 heart eyes. Rory, are you single? Angeline is asking.
Yeah, she can hit me up if she wants to. I'm not going to answer the question, but she can hit me up if she wants to.
Okay. Do you have a banner, Rory, something we can put in the community section? I know you're not really out there like that, but or is there a way that she can find you? Or should she email me and I'll forward you information? Want to do that?
Yeah. Yeah, that works.
Okay. Angeline, if I'm saying your name right, send me an email. Hold on a second. And I will forward your information to Rory. Okay. Rory, any thoughts? Joy Reid, she says the media, mainstream media, has a missing white woman syndrome. I'm sorry, and guys, this has to do with Gabby Petito and how everybody was overly concerned the last week or so, including myself. Keep it real.
Star, she's just another self-hating white person. I'm so tired of them.
Joy Reid is black. Joy Reid is black. Joy Reid is black.
Oh, she black?
Right.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the other Joy. Yeah, well, I don't understand how people can't figure out that it's like, at this point, it's a murder mystery. So people like murder mysteries. I don't know why you have to put white in it all the time. I've seen that written around that, black women go missing all the time. So what? White women go missing all the time, too. You think coal miners' daughters and poor white trash in West Virginia and stuff don't go missing and they don't? She was a young, blonde-haired, blue-eyed. They're young. It's a story. The media runs with stories like that,
Yeah.
There's plenty of white crackheads that go missing all the time that nobody talks about, too. So you want to compare them to them?
I'm going to jump in here, Rory, and I'm going to say that the media does have a missing white woman syndrome or even a fascination. I mean, you guys know my age. I don't want to keep saying how old I am, but I remember the JonBenet Ramsey case. Holy smokes. Mm-hmm. Everything stopped on television. What year was that? Mo, do you remember? I'm thinking
I think that was like 94, 95, if I'm not mistaken, but they just did an update on it recently. They still talking about JonBenet. You know what I'm saying? So that lets you know, but and you're right. So you're exactly right. There is a bias, uncovering missing people by color and crime.
Wait a minute. Listen, guys, hold on. I want to finish. I want to finish my thought. I'll go back to you guys. The death of JonBenet Ramsey. Holy smokes. Yeah, 1996. This country was turned upside down. I'm going to say, yes, we do have a missing white woman syndrome. And I dare some of you black folks, beautiful black folks, to call in and admit it. That you care more, that you are more sympathetic to a white person. You don't like to see white people, get beat on, shot in the public. You find an excuse or a reason to blame the other party if that person is from a different culture. Mo, you were saying something? If not, I'll go back to Rory. Is Mo there? I think Mo's phone dropped out. Rory, you were saying something? Let me find Mo again.
Yeah, Mo acts like, the media got a fixation on missing white women, but he don't say about
They
the
do.
media having a fixation on. Okay, maybe they do. Maybe the stories are told, but they also got a fixation of black people being brutalized by the police. Like white people don't get brutalized either.
Good point.
You don't see videos of white people being beat up and hemmed up.
Good point.
And white people get killed by the police too, But it's with the media. If a black person gets killed by the police, it's the media is nonstop. It's a comparison to the white lady syndrome. I kind of agree with that because anytime, now that I think about it, with the O.J. Simpson and everything, anytime there's a beautiful white woman with blonde hair, blue eyes, the media jumps all over it. That's probably true.
All right, now hang on a second. Mo, you're back on the line, and I hear the clicking sound, Mo, so that is you, but we're glad you're back. Go ahead and jump in, Mo. Jump in.
I'm sorry. I don't know what the clicking sound. It might be with my connection, but I got all my bars. Sorry
That's
about
the FBI.
Go ahead. Affecting each other. maybe. But no, like I said, I ain't gonna hold your line up too long, but there definitely is, because we saw this case with the DJ infecting all those black girls with, allegedly with HIV/AIDS, and never, never cracked national news. Right. So there definitely is a bias there when it's covering people of color. And speaking of another bias, because like I said, I just want to touch on this right quick because you brought it up, is that the Haitians at the border. Now I'm gonna say this. Now, if anybody don't believe that there's systemic racism in America, look how the Haitians are being treated.
Right.
They're being kept under a bridge. Who lives under a bridge, Star? Homeless people.
Right.
They're sending them a message say you don't have a home here. You know what I'm saying? That no brown people, they giving them envelopes and plane tickets and sending them everywhere they want to go in America when it comes to Hispanic or Latinos. I mean, that's because they have proper governmental representation. Mm-hmm. But we're saying so-called black folks, and of course, like a lot of people thought I was anti-immigrant, and I'm not. The point I'm saying is this goes to show you when you have a large group of black people moving towards the border, this is the kind of reaction you get out of America.
Yeah, because look how they act at Carmine. You think they want more of that? Yeah.
So
are you kidding me or what? Is that the way to immigrate? Is that the way to immigrate?
Okay, guys, one at a time. Please, Rory, let
nothing.
Let Mo speak. I'll go to you. Let Mo speak. Go ahead.
I can't allow you to paint with that wire brush to say those people that are coming here in this country, because nobody says that to the Latinos and the Hispanics. Do we say, look at MS-13? Should we not let them come here? You see what I'm saying?
I don't know, Mo. We
that.
voted for Trump. I don't know, Mo. We voted for Trump. I think it was something like 67 million Americans voted for Trump, or 76 million Americans voted for Trump to stop the Latino invasion. So I think a lot of us do have a problem with the Latino invasion.
Right, but I'm saying the difference, and we're talking about bias here. You know what I'm saying? I think the average is somewhere between 1 and 2 million people, Hispanic people, have been brought into this country since this administration had been put in, and now 20,000 Haitians come here, and all of a sudden you have people on horseback telling them to go home, and you keeping them under a bridge and not in facilities. Come on now, we can't turn a blind eye to this. And it's a Haitian lady that's she's the speaker, she's the press secretary, assistant press secretary.
Her name is Jessie Wu. I'm joking. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, her name is Corinne Jean-Pierre. I think it's something like that. Okay. And she's been silent on this. And as a matter of fact, I tweeted at her yesterday, and Twitter deleted my tweet.
Whoa.
So you know what I'm saying? So yes, I got video proof of it. They deleted my tweet. I tweeted at her. I said, "Why are you so silent on this? And you're from Haiti." You know what I'm saying? And they deleted. So I'll send you the tweet, and anybody can go to my timeline and see the tweet is deleted.
I never met a Haitian that went back to Haiti once they came here. I never met a Haitian that wanted to go back to Haiti once they came here. So I'm not surprised she turned on her people, because they don't even go back there for vacation.
And Roy, I'm gonna push back against you, because the MAGA people had no problem with using the Haitians when they were talking bad about Hillary Clinton and the money she stole out of Haiti. You know what I'm saying? They was riding on the Haitians' back. You're saying that to use them for that, and now you want to not have them come here when they've been the victims of 2 earthquakes. One, you're saying
no, Mo. What they were talking about, it was an election year.
if we're talking about refugees, they are the ones that have the best case for refugees because they of natural disaster.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In 2010, I believe, and then turn around again. They just had one recently. You know what I'm saying? And their president was assassinated, so their country's in upheaval.
Hang on a second, guys. For those who don't know, pardon me, Haiti was hit by a 7.2 magnitude earthquake in August. Go ahead.
Exactly. So they would have
I
the
know
best
about
case
the
for coming
history
here
of
as a
Haiti,
refugee.
and I have sympathy for the Haitian people, and I think they should let. What's 15,000? I don't care about that. Whatever you want to let the 15,000 in, let the 15,000 in. But where does it stop, Mo? And when does it stop? And when you're talking about we took it. MAGA people, and I'm not a MAGA person. I just think that Trump is a better president for our country than Joe Biden. And you want to talk about MAGA people and say we used Haitians. Nobody used Haitians. The only thing we were saying was pointing out the corruption of the Clintons and the Clinton Foundation, and that was during an election year. And yes, it happened to be Haiti that they robbed, but had it been Romania or Belarus or Ghana that they robbed, we would have used that too, because the focus was on the Clintons and the Clinton Foundation. But you're trying to mix in Haiti with that. Like
Roy,
we used Haiti and then threw them to the ground. We didn't throw nobody to the ground.
No,
Look who's throwing them.
Listen,
Look who set out the horse and the whip.
All right, Rory, you have to let Mo respond because I do want to get other callers on the line. Mo, you have the last word.
Roy,
Mo, please.
Listen to what I'm saying, and I'll make this my last point. Sorry, Star. Is this: if you know people's plight and you use it to get elected in 2016, you can't act like why they're coming here now. That's all I'm saying. Don't turn a blind eye, because these are the true definition of refugees and people that should be brought to this country. Now, is it organized? I think so. Do we need a strong border? I definitely believe so, because they're coming here to compete with my people at the bottom, at the entry-level jobs. So I understand that. What I'm just saying is America has a serious fear of a mass group of black people coming into this country, and we can't play like we don't.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Mo, I appreciate you. Anything you want to promote on your channel? Any upcoming shows or anything that you have addressed recently?
I just did a recent show on Nicki Minaj, you know what I'm saying, going in on the whole anti-jab community and what she did, you know what I'm saying. I appreciate her standing up like that. And I want to say this one last thing, Star. What those women in the Carmine should have done was turn their cameras on, stayed peaceful, and made them drag them out of there like they used to do back in the 60s in the civil rights movement. And that would have been far more powerful for the point they were making. But the fact that they went on an aggressive point, they took their whole, they gave away all their leverage and made themselves look like a fool. And I can't say that made me look like a fool, because I don't associate with people like that.
Right.
But as always, Star, thank you for having me on. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Your comment section is popping and keeping me up to date with all the news. So I appreciate that.
Thank you, Mo. Take care.
All right, have a good one.
Yes, sir. All right. Rory, hold on a second. All right, Mo Facts on the check-in. And my co-host for this evening, Light-Skin Rory. Rory, I'm calling you Light-Skin. You mind?
No, I don't mind, because in the summertime, I'm pretty dark, so I pretty much am light-skinned in the summertime.
All right, hang on a second. Stay with me. Gemstar, I got your PayPal. Gemstar says, Star, why do you have a white boy with a traumatic brain injury speaking on black issues, ? Tell Rory to mind the white business that pays him. Okay. Dancing Midnight.
Because even if I had a traumatic brain injury, I'm still smarter than your dumb black ass.
Oh, shit. Dancing Midnight Monkey says, wake me up when the black loud monkeys show up when a child catches a stray slug. How do you get mad? Okay, you spelled mad, made. How do you get mad at being called the N-word while acting like one? Okay. Hustle on the check-in. Salute to Joy Reid for her comments on Gabby Petito. No disrespect toward you, Star, but I feel like you were part of the people she was talking to. Well, so I have a white mama. You goddamn right. I'm sympathetic more so to white females missing, getting shot, beat, stabbed. I'll keep it real with you. It doesn't mean that I have any hatred towards other cultures, but am I supposed to feel like, the black woman is God, they're all queens? No, that's no disrespect. But thank you for your donation. 813 Boston to check in. Maybe because Haitians, Jamaicans, and Nigerians think they're better than black Americans and will sell us out in a heartbeat. Okay. Dre at Grave Shift. Haitian lives matter. Sock passe. Okay. RC from the 315. I'm going to keep it real. I'm tired of Black Lives Matter. They make situations worse. Sometimes, to be honest, and pull your pants up. Hashtag Carmines.
That's a fact.
Yeah. Again, Rory lives in New York City, guys. For those of you who don't know, he's on the line with me, and we're talking about this huge story that has now picked up more traction because Carmines put out video today. It's in my community section. It's a different angle. You can see one of the tourists who gets up on the waitress or the whatever her job is there, gets up on her, pushes her. Hostess. There you go. Hostess, and that's how shit got lit. Troll babies, I also just put into the community section in case you didn't catch it. Phil Collins, monster hits over the decades. Phil Collins begins Genesis farewell tour in Birmingham, singing from the chair on stage. Who's left in Genesis? Is Tony K still alive? Is Mike Rutherford? Okay, I see Mike Rutherford. I'm going to bring another phone call. I just want to see who's on stage. Why is Phil Collins singing from the chair? Come on, man. How much more money do you need? I know he took a big hit with a divorce. Do you know anything about Phil Collins' divorce, Rory?
I'm not up to speed on that. I'm really not, man. I'm not up to speed on that. You know, I'm Irish, so I stay away from those English fuckers.
Hold on a second, because okay, I have to come back to this. Let me bring in a phone call here. Area code 646. Good evening. Are you there? 646. Talking about Black Lives Matter.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, how are you, sir? Good evening.
What's going on, Star? This is Eli Rock.
How are you, man?
Calling out of Brooklyn.
Yes, sir.
Great. So, what's our topic for tonight?
Let's get you the fuck out of here early. It's on the screen. Fuckwad. 215, good evening. Are you up to speed? We're talking about Black Lives Matter, Carmines in New York City. 215, let's go. Yes, no, maybe. 215, are you there? 215. Tonight is not the night to, call in and drag. Are you 215 or 610?
610.
Hi, can you pick up the phone, dear? I can hear you. Thank you for calling. Pick up the phone, 610. Pick it up. Or I gotta go, babe. What are you doing?
Hello?
Hi. Let's get you the fuck out of here, huh? What are we doing? Rory, let me.
Girl's getting shy tonight.
Yeah, what is she doing? Here I am being patient.
She probably, you know what? She probably got weak at her knees from hearing my voice. You know, that's probably what it was. She got weak at the knees. She got a little starstruck.
I was trying to Google something and let people speak. Hold on, let them wait a second. Hold on. Let me see who's still alive in Genesis. Okay. 617, are you picking up? Good evening. Let's get it. I'm sorry, Tony Banks from Genesis. What did I say? Tony K? Tony Banks. Okay. 617, good evening. Are you up to speed?
Hi, I'm here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Star?
Good. Carmine's Black Lives
I'm
Matter,
good.
New York City. Where do you want to jump in?
I want to jump in at the Asian, the Carmine thing and with the Asian woman. So I was listening to your perspective, and you're someone I listen to a lot. So I just wanted to throw this out there.
Okay.
When I think about our relationships with the Asian community and how sometimes we're treated, and I'm talking about from a Black woman's perspective, and so I do agree with you that sometimes Black women, we can be hard-headed and over the top, and sometimes in our delivery and how we talk to people. Most definitely, I will give you that, Star. But I will also tell you, as a Black woman, that sometimes our interactions with Asian women can be very dismissive, right?
Yes.
I also feel like there's this agenda out there, and on top of with the Asian hate bill that has been passed, that some of these people are looking for a certain type of reaction to kind of cement that they're being treated a certain way. I personally have been out in public and have seen Asian people seem like they're trying to agitate people to be treated a certain way. So I do think there's an element that even before the pandemic and before the mask, that the way we interact with each other has always been off in my terms. So I agree. We do have something with our temperament at times, but I truly believe that something was said that irritate and set that woman off. Yes, she's an older woman, but, they usually do have more patience than that. I just don't believe that this wasn't a provoked reaction from them. I don't know how you feel about that.
Okay, well, listen, I appreciate you listening to me. And, sometimes I broad stroke or I'll throw you a curveball because I want to get a reaction. I want to stir the pot.
No, I get it.
Yeah, no, I don't feel that all Black women are like that. But here's the thing, China, socialist, China is so overcrowded. Let's just say this, for instance. They don't have time to say, excuse me, pardon me. They're always bumping into each other, if this makes any sense to you. So when we have this thing...
Oh, no, most definitely...
Yeah, so when we have this thing, say excuse me, you stepped on or you bumped me. They're like, huh, what? To them, it's normal to bump into someone and not to be polite or courteous. I'm not giving them a pass. But they come from a place, for the most part, that is so rigid, socialist, communist, to the point where, feelings and emotions is something that is not openly displayed. And Rory, you can jump in. Correct me if you think I'm saying something wrong. When we do business with them, hang on, Roy, let me just finish my point. When we do business with them here in America, they are so focused on the dollar, and yes, they are dismissive. I'm not gonna sit in cap for them. They say, okay, you go now. Thank you. You go. It's for us, that's like, what do you mean me go? I just gave you my fucking money. Rory, what do you feel about that?
I agree with you, Star. I just think you're defining it a little bit wrong.
Okay.
From my experience here in New York City, their culture is passive aggressive, right?
Yes.
From my experience, so they're not outright rude, like you said. They're not disrespectful and out.
Not intentionally.
Not really with the bull.
Not intentionally.
No, right. They're disrespectful in a passive way,
right.
And they might cut in front of you in line and pretend they don't speak no English or they don't hear nothing. Right. You got to tap them on the shoulder and move them out the way, And they come across as rude sometimes, and they just stay silent because they're not with the bullshit. They get beat up all the time, and most of the time, I should say. And in New York here, I'm sorry, go ahead, love.
Go ahead. You have the floor.
By who, Rory? But it does sound like you make an excuse. And Star, and as being Black people, we don't get that. We don't get that level of type of excuse when it comes to our demeanor, right? We're not the same as white people, but if we're not socially presenting ourselves in a way that is white-ish, then we're labeled all these negative things. All I'm saying is that I think it's rude that they act the way that they do. You are here in America. There should be some adoption to what our social norms are in this country, right? So it's like I go to work and I interact with Asian people, and I don't have a bad relationship with Asian people, and I hate that it comes across this, but I'm very observant to the fact they are allowed to be whoever they are without it hindering their progress in this country. They're still going to get hired, right?
Okay.
I feel like as a Black person, I gotta show up and shuck and jive where they come being themselves, and it's okay. And I just think that we just got to call that bullshit out. On top of that, they are considered minorities who don't show up and fight for anything that has to do with minorities. So it's more of a reaping the benefits from.
You're right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
now, hang on, if I can jump in, because I'm enjoying the conversation, if I can jump in. And can I just ask, how old are you? Because you're using the term black. Are you an older woman?
I'm in my 30s.
Okay, well, listen, I commend you for aligning yourself with black people. There was a time in this country when it was, being black was, say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud. Now we have so many.
I'm black.
Okay, well, race is a social construct, as you already know, I'm sure. But, we've got so many different types of people that make up being black or brown. So I'm not just going to accept the actions of someone just because they are similar to me in color. They might be Dominican. They might be West Indian. They might be Cape Verdean. So I'm not going to claim them. I'm not going to allow their actions to represent me. But with regards to the Chinese or the Asians, or whether they be Mandarin, Cantonese, I agree with you. They have a certain way, and Rory, of being passive-aggressive, and they're rude. But go ahead, back to you.
Yeah, and that's where I'm just coming from with it. Yeah, I just think that, and then Rory, you had made a lot of comments about black people in terms of how we feel about white people, in terms of like us coming up missing. We were talking about the white girl. And
Call them out.
Yeah,
Call them out.
Country.
Call them out.
Yeah, like you can't even compare it. Like, this country stops its tracks for a missing white girl. Like, and there's not, and like I said, I don't want to put one life over the other in terms of black and white, because sometimes there can be some type of reckoning where you can say, okay, I can go pull up a list and see all of these tragedies and things that have happened to black people that barely make the front that make the newspaper. And in terms of, we're talking about like a black woman and a white woman, how about the boy in Atlanta, Georgia, who organs, when he was disappeared or found dead and his organs was missing? That hasn't made news like we needed to make. There's so many cases that are extreme cases. I'm not talking about the just normal kidnappings that are happening in this country, that it just gets brushed over, right? And it's not the same thing. I don't think you can say that. And I know white people go missing all the time and it doesn't make mainstream media, but there's something to say that when it does make mainstream media, it stops everything.
Roy, you responding?
I could agree with her to a certain extent. And it's not like we don't know that this country favors white people. It's not like we don't know that. Like, we know that, right? Like, we all know that. But she fails to recognize. I don't know if she's from the New York City area or the tri-state area, but within the last year and a half, where you from?
Boston.
Beantown.
Boston. All right. Beantown. So, okay, over here in New York City, within the last year and a half, there's been a significant amount of crime, of Asian hate crime, not to the point that they needed to pass a hate crime bill, but the problem with that is that there was a significant amount of crime against Asian people, particularly elder Asian people, and almost exclusively all those assaults were committed by black men. So that fosters a lot of problems in the city, and I know that Asians and blacks don't have the best
relationship.
Don't have the best relationship. I remember the LA riots. I'm old enough to remember the LA riots, and people think that was Rodney King. But it was about, I don't know her name, so I forget it, but it was about a young black girl who got killed in an Asian market when she turned her back, and the Korean lady blew her away, and she was like 16, 17 years old. So there's been a long line of that Asian and black hate. So you can't dismiss that either. I don't think the topic tonight with Carmine, I think it's a big fat lie that girl called them the N-word. I don't believe that for 1 minute. And because of her reaction was so crazy and so aggressive so fast, people tend to say, well, something had to set her off. You know what I mean? But if you know, like I know, I'm not generalizing all black women. I'm not generalizing all black women. But a lot of them are super aggressive like a man.
But you're talking about I don't know what that's about, but you're talking about our interactions with Asian people and it being, resulted in violence. At the end of the day, they do business in our community and they reap the benefits of doing businesses on our community, from their beauty stores to their hair stores. At some point in time, I sat here while you gave them the excuse for being okay, but being kind of rudish to our people. Now, somebody who ain't worldly and know what you guys say in terms of like how they may operate as a people, interpret as that, you here and you're being disrespectful, right? So there's that probability of a higher, chance of interactions happening because they get money in our communities and they're rude as fuck.
They get money in the white community.
Yeah, hang on a second, Rory. Can I just respond to what she said? And Rory, also, are you talking about Latasha Harlins? Is that her name? Latasha Harlins?
I believe that's her name. She was young and she didn't deserve what happened to her. Although she did strike that woman first.
People, they respect the white people more than they respect the black people. So you're not going to have
okay, guys, let's not talk on top of each other, please. We're having a good discussion. I just want to respond to what you said. And what's your name? What do we call you, dear?
Jackie Nicole. I have a channel too. So, but yeah, Jackie Nicole.
Jackie Nicole. Okay. Yeah, I agree with you. No, I'm not giving them a pass at all. I mean, I said I was broad stroking. I think the way they treat black women in the hair and nail salons is disgusting. And we've done shows here. You may have heard some of these shows. I don't know why black women keep going back and patronizing those places. You see these Asian men pummeling black women. I saw a video maybe a month or so ago, accused a girl of stealing something, punching on her, flinging her down, and she didn't steal nothing. So no, I'm not giving them a pass, but I'm pointing out, how they operate, abroad. But here in the States, I'm not giving them a pass, but there has to be some type of, I don't know if the word is boycott, but just resistance to patronizing their businesses. Rory, go back to you, and then let's give her the last word, and don't forget to promote your channel, okay, young lady? Rory,
all right, thank you.
Rory, back to you, and then let her have the last word.
The myth is that they're not. Why do you think that I'm able to say that they're passive aggressive? Because our experiences, as far as white people and their businesses in our community, right? But I'm more in a mixed community because I'm New York City. But even so, they're rude to us the same way they're rude to you. The difference is we don't fly off the handle as fast as Black Americans do and start getting physically violent and go immediately to the lowest common denominator. No, wait, I'm not allowed to give my. I'm not allowed to say my point.
No, but don't say it. We fly off the handle after he gave you the example of
we just saw what happened at Carmine.
Down. But he gave you an example.
That's one experience. Like I just said to you, they're rude to us as well.
Another video of Asian people.
Guys, I want Rory to finish, and then Jackie, you had the last word, but let Rory finish, please. Let him finish. Where you finish?
Jackie, I'm not trying to come at Jackie. I'm not trying to come at all black people, all black women, and paint them one way. But you have to be blind to the fact, and living in America, that black women are overly a percentage of black women are overly aggressive, and they resort to violence pretty fast.
Rory, I did acknowledge our temperament, but I also said that it for every reaction, something has to happen, right? So no, I won't give you that. I think black women are just walking around to the point that an Asian person sweetly says something to them and that they go fly off the handle and cause a massive altercation. That I won't give you because I live in reality of knowing how they handle us as people. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. All right. Jackie, thank you for calling in. What's your YouTube channel?
Please check out my YouTube channel. It's Bougie AF. So that's BOUGIE. Space AF. Bougie AF. Bougie as fuck.
Send me an email and a link to your channel when you get time, all right?
Thank you. I really appreciate it, Star.
Thank you so much.
Support. I don't agree with you. No problem. Bye.
Thank you. Bye now. Yeah, don't you dare agree with me. I'm trouble. Hold on a second, Rory. Light-skinned Rory's in the line with me. RC from the 315. Star, do you think it's time that Black Lives Matter needs to start being active in the hood and going against black people who are committing shootings and murders. You know, we have discussed that before. Would I like to see that? Absolutely. There are small pockets of protests, you know, especially in Chicago. We can't act like, you know, people don't get out there and try and kick up dust. But I also think that those protests are not given the attention that they deserve. Then it goes back to, and I hate to keep dumping on BET, but then it goes back to these networks such as BET. Why don't they cover this? Why are you looking at MSNBC, CBS, and Fox for any type of validation? But thank you for your donation. Clark Cunt, I got your donation. Luke Caney. Luke Caney wipes with his hands. That goofy 240 number. All right, thank you very much, Clark Cunt. Yeah. Listen, I'm on to that guy. You know what I'm talking about. You know, but you know, as long as you call in and address the topics, I don't mind you calling in, man. But I appreciate your donation, Clark Cunt. Rory, I'm going to finish up with you, man. I appreciate you being available tonight. Anything else you want to mention with regards to these topics, or the Haitian migrants along with the Cubans? You have the last word. Take your time. No rush.
Yeah, this is all by design. With the border being open, whether it be Haitians or other people from Central America, it's all by design. It's a scary outcome that's going to happen because what's going to happen is our resources are going to be bleeded dry. I mean, it's not going to work. You keep letting a million people in 6 months coming over the border. Yeah. Don't matter where they're from. That's not good for any of us. It doesn't matter. I agree. And
I agree.
You know, I think I spoke my point of view pretty well.
I do too.
And only the ignorant people and the hardcore racists themselves would call me a racist. I think I have a good outlook on life, Star. Anybody's allowed in my house, but I will say this: if those Texan Negroes would have showed up to a Sal's Pizzeria in Brooklyn or something like that, that outcome would have been a lot different. So,
hang on a second, Rory.
It goes for anybody.
Rory, isn't Sal's Pizzeria got like most of the chefs? Aren't they like Mexican and Hispanic? It's not like it used to be.
Hell yeah! Oh, nobody hires more illegals than the goddamn Ginzos.
That's right.
They're the worst.
That's
right. They're the worst.
Yeah.
Them goddamn Ginzos are the worst. I say it all the time. You might as well move those goddamn Central Americans into the Italian neighborhoods because you the fucking guys that are hiring them.
That's a whole
They're
fact.
working in your kitchen for $2 an hour. Yeah. You know, don't get me started on the Ginzo Star because they're full of shit. A lot of them. But one thing I will say is, no matter who you are, when you go to a halfway decent, classy place, what happened? You expect to be treated the way you present yourself.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't have came into a nice Irish bar or in a pub and started pushing people around. I'll tell you that much.
Okay. Rory, I gotta go, man. Good to talk to you. We'll catch up tomorrow, okay?
Always, OG.
Thank
you.
You. Man. Yes, okay. Light skin Rory on the check-in. Yeah, I just thought of that name earlier. Never mind that white boy Rory stuff. All right, guys, I gotta turn the AC down and get something to drink. Let me take a quick, no more than 2-minute break. Please make sure you visit www.rosareds.com. I say again, www.rosareds.com. I'll be right back. Okay, back in the building. Boss Hog, PKA Star. All right. Got some fancy water, huh? And some grapes. No alcohol again tonight. Do you see a difference? Do you see a glow? Hang on a second. I had 2 donations. Let me make sure I acknowledge these folks. James, I got your donation. Black Lives Matter, remaking Do the Right Thing 2021, okay? And Nicholas sends in a donation. Rory is allowed to hate on black Americans, and Star just nods. Sir, in case you haven't noticed, Nicholas, this is the objective perspective. It's not a black show. I don't have to sit here and defend what you think I should, just because you yourself more than likely are black. Objective perspective, okay? Boss says, you just had Haitians decapitate Kodak Black's artist and dump his body parts back in his hood outside a trap house, allegedly. Was he decapitated? I didn't pay attention to that story. I saw Kodak Black's name and I said, man, I don't want to read that shit. He's just doing too much. You got a pardon from the president, you know? Knock it the fuck off. Get off social media and go hide for 6 months. Hey, also, I don't have the story in front of me. Not that I want to, get all into this, but the female that Nicki Minaj's husband sexually assaulted, not allegedly, he did. He was convicted of it. He's going to be on, is it The Real Kids? The Real? Watch how fast the tide turns on Nicki Minaj. Just want to point that out. Erica got your donation. He says, bless up, Star. Thank you, sir, for your support. Mark, 1986. Black Lives Matter. No, pardon me. Black BBW have transsexual energy. Okay. R. Curry, got your donation. Phil's on the check-in. Interrogation. Did you mean integration, sir? Integration, taking a lot of L's lately. Yeah, in one sense, there's nothing wrong with going to a restaurant from a different culture. But you have to, what's that old saying? When in Rome, do as the Romans do. If you have that turn up, mentality, I don't give a fuck. And I'm gonna marginalize those people. They look like that type. The guy with his pants literally at the bottom of his big ass cheeks, it would have made me just say, I don't even want you in here. I'm going to keep it real with you. So I agree with you, but there's a problem there. Broderick, I got your donation. Star, a.k.a. my cousin Guinea. Great show. Thank you, sir. Tyrella got your donation. Tyrella, I don't do dollar donations. Okay. Keanu says, pick up 919. Let me see if I can find you, sir. Hold on. Keanu, is that you? Area code 919. Keanu.
Yes, sir, big nigga. How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. I'm sitting here drinking water, no alcohol. Feel wavy, man.
Hey. Yeah, man, I got two things. Who the fuck do you think you are, huh? We're crabs in a barrel together. If you're drinking
that's
water,
a fact. That's a fact.
You're eating grapes and Perrier, huh? Where's the gin, huh?
Not tonight.
Who you fooling, nigga? You're an alcoholic.
Yeah.
You're a loser
Self-admitted.
and a degenerate like the rest of us. Get back in this barrel.
Okay. I appreciate that. Now,
fuck.
But
nigga think he's better than the rest of us. These little grapes.
Yeah, but
and
tonight,
fucking prosciutto. Huh? What are you doing?
Tonight I'm on that Fugazi shit. Yeah.
You fucking guinea. Hey, yeah, man, I just wanted to sing some rock and get out of here. Get out of here.
Please. Go ahead.
Roxanne, you don't have to put on the red light. Those days are over. You don't have to sell your body through the night. Roxanne, you don't have to wear that dress tonight. Walk the streets for money. You don't care if it's wrong or if it's right.
That was decent. Now, hang on a second. Didn't somebody redo that recently? Some rapper or some singer?
I hope that Porch Monkey didn't.
Oh, Jesus.
It's a classic. It's a
All
fucking classic. The white man made it a classic, so it's a classic.
That's
damn
a
it.
fact.
Huh?
That's a fact. Hey, thank you for your
Fucking
donation,
Diddy tried
man.
to redo. Oh, you fucking guinea! I hate you.
Have a good one, man. Thank you. All right, Keanu on the check-in. He did a good job. That's by The Police, for those of you who don't know. It's an old classic. Hey, Tyra, got your donation. Star, I stop engaging niggas after 2014. Church. I've been nigger-free for decades. I gotta keep it real with you. I like to wake up, as I said, and as most people know, and I like to look at the Grand Report. The Grand Report just goes hard in the paint. World Star got real soft after Q died, R.I.P. But thank you for your donation, Tyra. Jerome, I got your donation. 224. We're having a good discussion, and I want to make sure that we at least touch on the Haitian migrants down in Del Rio, Texas. The images are out there, but I heard some audio today that I thought was disturbing. One of those guys on the horse, one of those border agents, he said something to the effect of, this is why you have the problem in your country. You're using your women. Anybody else hear that in the live chat? I swore I heard that. One of those guys on the horse. Correct me if I'm wrong. Jerome, good evening. Are you there, sir? 224. Jerome.
Yo, what's going on, Star?
Hey, how are you, man?
You know what? I'm a little bit agitated right now.
Uh-oh. This is the right place. Let it all out. Let it all out. Go ahead.
Right. I just want to take my time with something with this false narrative that's being spreaded about, this new term of Asian hate. And it seems as though that it's being completely penetrated toward African Americans.
Okay.
First of all, there has never been a thought process or an organization or a surge of Asian violence directly coming from African Americans. I wanted to make that absolutely clear. And I'm happy that previous callers, as you had stated earlier, that there's several videos, and this goes back several years, and I'm talking about 20 years, maybe even 40 years of just Asian people being violent to African American women. It is documented. It is seen while one Asian man is holding the woman down, right? And the woman is there screaming and yelling, and then it's another, the black woman is on the floor screaming and yelling, and then the Asian woman is kicking her and hitting her. All of these things happen because of one reason, and this is ownership. The Asian community has a stronghold in the black community or African American community when it comes down to business ownership. And what this does is that it causes a frustrating customer. Okay. If you come into a place that you really like, damn, I really don't want to come in here, but you know what? This place may have the hottest hat or the new knockoff Versace glasses. But I know if I come in here, it's going to be some dumb stuff that's going to go on. And as soon as my money is spent, these people are going to get on garbage with me.
If I can jump in, sir, And if I can just, to be fair, R.I.P. to the thousands, not hundreds, but thousands of Asian delivery people that have gone into the hood, the projects to bring you your shrimp lo mein, your fucking pork fried rice. They get shot, stabbed, beat, and killed. And the restaurant still continues to deliver the food the next goddamn day. R.I.P. to those people. Please don't forget them. Go ahead.
Okay, I won't. but I want to make this clear, right? Because that was kind of like a detractor of what I was stating, right? There's a difference between
that was a wheel kick,
right? And I like how you slid that in. There's a difference. That was really smooth, by the way, right? Almost an argument killer, but you know what though? There's a difference.
Yeah.
There's a difference between a criminal and a people, right? The people that's committing these crimes, they're not committing these crimes on behalf of African Americans. They're not committing these crimes on behalf of black people and say, oh, you know what, fuck the, or forget the Asians, we're going to hurt them. No, they just saying, you know what, it could have been anybody from Johnny's Pizza. It could have been somebody delivering some chicken. These dudes were out there on BS regardless, and they were going to rob and stab whoever it was.
If I can just interject, sir, you have some hardworking people that come over here. They're not even here a goddamn week. Their nephew goes to the goddamn slums to bring you the chicken wings fried extra crispy, the way niggas like it. They get robbed, stabbed, and killed, and the woman has to go back to work the next goddamn day and serve up that rice, and she has to forget about the fact that she killed her goddamn family member. They don't shut down the restaurant and ask for the police to investigate. They keep on serving the goddamn food. But
and I'm happy that you keep reiterating this scenario, because guess what? What happens when someone guns down, or not someone? What happens when a black person gets gunned down?
Gunned down by who? Another black person?
Their lives are going to be. Do you think that their lives are going to be on hold?
Hang on. Gunned down by who, sir?
On hold?
Hang on. Gunned down by who? An Asian?
No, I'm saying by what happened when someone dies? Everybody has to keep living.
At the hands of who? At the hands of who?
At the hands of whomever. If someone dies, and by the way, you know what? I'm gonna use something that you always say, right? Because this is how closely I listen to your delivery, right? We don't have any official numbers that has been hundreds of thousands of delivery Asian men or women delivering food to the hood, and they're just being gunned down. We don't have those numbers. I think it needs to stop. I think is a bad narrative. Okay. And here's the reason why. Because the things that we know, and I'm quite sure it's something on the other side, but the things that we know for sure is that, guess what? These people treat us like, you know what? As soon as you hand me this dollar, you need to ride out. You need to get on.
Okay, now hang on a second, because, sir, you have called in on multiple occasions. I appreciate your support. When you say us, you don't sound like, you're cut from the same cloth as some of those people up in the goddamn Waffle House, 3 o'clock in the morning. Y'all ain't got no utensils? I'm going to come shoot this motherfucker up. You don't sound like you're connected to those people. So who is us? Who's us?
You know what? And I'm happy that you're saying this, because really and truly, those same people I'm very connected to.
Oh, okay.
One of those people may be my cousin. One of them may be my nephew or my niece. What I'm saying is this, right? I'm not going to make any excuse for bad behavior on either side. Okay. Right? So that's when we need to start and saying, you know what? We need to stop saying, well, you know what? Because of this and because of this, because the same way that we can point out bad behavior amongst African Americans, we can for sure point out the bad behavior on Asians. It doesn't matter if they're culturally connected or not.
Gotcha.
You know what? These people have been doing business with us for a long time. They study our spending patterns. They know who we are. Yeah. Just like we know who they are. Okay. But you know what? I want to digress on that. I didn't mean to take up so much of time.
That's fine. Hey, man, I appreciate your support. Have a great evening. Thank you, Jerome.
Can I get one more word, please?
Go ahead.
All right. You know what? And I thank you for giving me an extended floor. You know what? This Black Lives Matter BS. The whole organization. Right. I really did. This is what I really call to go in on. It's all a clout chase. It's all a clout chase.
Okay.
These people, or I'm not going to say these people. I'm going to say the organization mission is a specific clout chase. And I'm going to let you know the reason why.
So those are not your people? Hang on a second now. It sounds like you're being divisive now. They're not your people?
Of course I'm being divisive. And here's the main reason why. Black Lives Matter is not a black-owned organization. So when this lady is on CNN or Fox and she's saying, there's a difference between how Joy Reid, when she's on national television and she's saying that there's a difference on how someone that's white comes up missing and someone that's black come up missing. You know what? These are the things that the Black Lives Matter movement needs to be trying to highlight. Yeah. But guess what? It's not black owned. And again, it's all about ownership.
Yeah. Okay, Jerome, I hate to cut you short. I have to take more calls, man. Thank you so much. Thank you.
No problem.
Yes, sir. Okay, Jerome on the check-in. All right, hold on a second, guys. Hold on. We're having a good discussion here tonight. I'm sipping some fancy core water, huh? Hey, thank you. Cute. I'm talking all proper. I'm trying to get healthy. Rodney, I got your donation. The good sports don't deliver. Okay, the good sports don't deliver. And facts, every race gets robbed. Just not Benny and Chinaman been bugging around my way since. Okay, I can't read that. Please, I'm 57. I don't do well with Ebonics. Please, just a little more of the King's English. Hey, Deborah, I got your donation. Thank you, darling. I don't see a message, but I got your donation. D. Phoenix. Wait a minute. D. Phoenix, where are you? Hold on a second. I don't see you. I'll give you a minute to call in. In the meantime, hold on, guys. Hold on. Let me make sure I'm getting my sponsors some burn on the screen here. Guys, please go to www.goddesspot.com. Goddesspot.com. Check out some of the Goddess Pots. They're very creative, very nice gifts. You can either use real flowers or plastic flowers. Purchase a Goddess Pot. Send me a screenshot, and you will get a week's free promotion here on the Star Report, okay? Also, let me put another one of my sponsors on the screen. Hold on a second. artistdouglascrockett.com. I say again, artistdouglascrockett.com. All right. Tara says via Cash App, Rory sounds like he skips showers and is musty. Didn't I just see something from what's the guy's name? I met him one time. Really good guy. Well, we had a good interview. Paul Wall. Rapper Paul Wall says he don't shower every day. Oh, why are people announcing this? We're still in a fucking pandemic. It's not the time to be announcing that type of shit. Ahmad, I got your donation. Ahmad says, we in here. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Sam got your donation. Not to be nosy, wondering how Buck Wild is doing. He's alive, sir, and he's in his skin. He's in his skin, okay? Thank you so much. Matthew got your donation. I don't get it. Is acceptance Black Lives Matter's goal? If you ask me, no. It's not their goal. I don't want to take off and go too far left. Look at some of the people that were kicking up all the dust, in my opinion, on CNN, Angela Rye and all these other people when Trump was in office. You would have thought that Joe Biden would have been the answer. They just got to get Trump out of here. Biden's in now. He's in blatant racist, insensitive, in my opinion. And they're as quiet as a church mouse. But thank you for your donation. I don't know what the goal of Black Lives Matter is, but thank you for your donation. Matthew, got your other donation. Hey, Janet. Jenna says, why didn't Black Lives Matter take their toughness to Texas? Exactly. Todd says, R.I.P. to A.J. Johnson. Yeah, I saw some of his work. I'm not too familiar with him, but I saw him in one of Master P's movies. Funny guy. Matthew says, Star, what's your favorite Phil Collins song? I don't know. I was okay with Phil Collins and Genesis. I mean, they had monster hits. Let's not get it fucked up. In the Air. I like the early Genesis stuff, Misunderstanding. The Duke album, great album. If I had to pick one song, I don't know. I don't think I could. I like Invisible Touch, great track. Thank you for your donation. Is it Abdullah? I think I'm saying your name right. Thank you for your donation. Elvis the Chef Rosenberg. Elvis, are you calling in? I'm just asking. You were saying that the stock footage, the migrants in Del Rio, Texas, Elvis, pardon me. Did you hear some of the audio with that footage? I could have swore I heard one of these people saying, or one of the Border Patrol agents, pardon me, on the horse, chastising one of the migrants, one of the Haitians, telling him something about, this is why you have the problem in your country. You use your women. I could have swore I heard that, all right? Back to the phone lines. Area code 313. Good evening. Are you there? 313? Tuesday evening.
Yeah, I'm right here. I'm right here, right?
How are you, sir?
And I don't know if I came in. At the wrong part of the show, but I came in where y'all talking about black women being violent, like naturally violent. Hello?
Well, is that what you heard?
Oh shit!
Hang on. Is that what you heard? Is that what you thought you heard? Be specific.
No, that's no. Okay, no, I heard that. Like, I guess because I know this white dude. He was on there talking, and I agree with him. You feel me?
Okay.
Like black women are violent. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I got testimony to say, like, my ex, like, she couldn't handle it. I had a white chick in the crib. She ran up on her and bit her, like, out of nowhere. And then she used to beat me, like, on some, like, and it's every black woman I know, from my mom to my sisters. Like they don't know how to, like once you ground them intellectually, they have no choice but to get physical. And that's all of them.
Now, hang on, sir. Take it slow. Are you trolling or are you being serious here?
I'm on my daddy's grave. I'm serious.
Okay. I was broad stroking. Rory, he added some commentary. I don't think all black women are, contentious and aggressive, but, there's an issue there. I think there's an issue, but go ahead. You were saying? Go ahead.
No, it's a huge, like I was saying, like Detroit is majority black. So I don't know if you ever been up here or whatever like that, but.
Yeah, I have. It's a shithole. Go ahead.
But I'm trying to tell you, 9 times out of 10, when it's a fight up here, it's two rats going at it. But believe me, like the temper of the black woman is short, man. And I ain't trying to hold up the conversation. I know you guys probably talking about something else.
Stay with
me. When I logged in, I heard you guys saying that, and I was like, I gotta call in because I know for a fact that they're naturally aggressive, right? But although I love my black women, but that's another thing. But yeah, they're naturally aggressive, bro, for sure.
Well, again, I wasn't trying to say all of them, but there's an issue there, so much to the point where, I think that the ignorance or the aggression is celebrated. Sometimes the music, and the music is just the background for the reality. I'm not blaming the music, but the music celebrates the ignorance, in my opinion.
I agree. They celebrate the thought culture. They celebrate slide. They celebrate all that ignorant stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, but like that's all I pretty much had to say. But if I can ask you one question, Star. Go ahead. I know sometimes I listen. You guys, you have like freestyle stuff. Is this one of those nights or no?
Do you spit bars, sir?
I got bars.
Spit some bars, sir. I got time. Go ahead.
Yo, I spit bars hot like a Roman candle. I'm a thug nigga, hard to handle. These niggas fake at the Enron scandal. My bars is like scripture. So next time you see me, I'm probably rocking some Jesus sounds. In Detroit, we putting weed in blunts. Summertime, we call murder season. I've been money your dope will be the reason. Leave a nigga broke, naked on the ab, no breathing. Broad day don't give a who's seeing. Best believe nighttime we got the gun and beam. We ain't talking about drinking. We say a nigga leaning. That's it, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much. Okay, all right. I prefer bars like, murder, death, kill. Run up in the house, shoot your dog, pistol whip your wife. That type of grimy shit. Hold on, guys. I want to make sure I got some of these. Okay, what is this about? Somebody sent me an email. Okay, you were the guy who... Sir, you sent me a whole bunch of pictures here. What's going on? How are you connected to these people? I don't want to say their names. Azura Black got your donation. Thank you so much. This show is black excellence and nigga shit. Eric says, Star is the truth. Thank you so much, sir. Franklin, I got your donation, 646. Franklin, is that you? 646. Franklin.
Yeah. What up, Star? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Talking about Black Lives Matter up in New York City, doing the most at Carmine's restaurant.
Yeah. Yeah, great show. Yeah, man. First of all, I love Carmine's. The lamb chops are great. Sad to see what happened, but I wanted to comment on a little bit on the Asian thing.
Go ahead.
So I work with a lot of Asians, and I've always found them weird. And then what happened was I got promoted at my job, and a lot of Asians just switched up. They started kissing my ass a lot, and it was weird.
Okay.
So I did my research, and I found out their culture is like that, man. It's all about authority. It's all about deferring to authority. That's what their whole culture is about.
Okay.
And if and so like if you're not an authority, or if like we don't know what the relationship is, they're not going to really look at you like that.
Okay.
And I know black people got a problem with that.
Authority?
Black people are going to have a problem with that. Well, at the end of the day...
Hold on now. I mean, can you blame black people? I mean, again, this is the objective perspective. Can you blame some black people for just being sick and tired? Yeah, I don't feel like kissing no white ass today. Fuck this shit. I'm going to turn up.
Nah, 100%. And that's why it's almost like, it's like a natural... You know what I mean? It's like a natural disaster. It's like a natural occurrence. When certain personalities come together, you just know it's going to happen. And I think that's what happened at Carmine.
My father, if I can just go back for a second, a man of the South. He was a bootlegger in his pre-teens. He was running with some people called the Cotton Brothers, and they had some issues down there with the law. He joined the Navy to get the fuck out of town. But up in the North, he didn't really, he didn't mesh with white folks well, even though my mom was white. He just, he didn't mesh with white folks. And he used to tell me, he said, boy, I'd rather see you in the penitentiary than to apologize to a cracker. So you have some black folks who just are tired. Nah, listen, I'm not going for the bullshit today, Fuck you, fuck this restaurant, fuck everything. And I'm not justifying the behavior. Sometimes we have these people who just tear up a goddamn store. Tearing shit off the shelf. I don't give a fuck. Would those actions be of people or a person who's just tired of the bullshit, or are they just fucking animals? What do you think?
See, I think at the end of the day, a person who does that, if it wasn't if it wasn't going to be that moment over some Asian shit, it was going to be over some other shit.
Okay.
Because that's in them. So they're going to do it. They're going to do it. They're going to tear somebody's store up.
Okay.
They're just going to happen to be the Asians on that day because of that problem. But
Okay.
it's not totally, it's not totally like something crazy because the Asians, their culture is crazy.
Yeah. Different. Yeah. Thank you, man.
The culture is different.
Yeah. Thank you for your call. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Peace, though.
No, kids, I wasn't confused growing up. I grew up in the beautiful suburbs. And like many of you who grew up in the 70s or maybe even the 60s, and especially West Indians in the 80s, there were black folks like my father who just didn't want white people in the house. Boy, play with your little white friends on the porch. Don't bring them up in here. I don't want them, touching things and looking around. I would just say, copy, I didn't even want to sneak them in the basement to play with the AFX and Tyco cars. Bill said, don't bring them in the house. Don't bring them in the house. 202. Is that Nomad Nick? 202. Good evening. 202.
What's up, man? It's your boy Nomad Nick.
Nomad Nick.
Calling out the district. What's up, man?
Canelo, and who did he have that standoff with? And
I told you.
He got smacked in the face.
Caleb Plant.
I don't know. Come on. Tell me.
Caleb Plant, bro. That's going to be the fight November 6th. Canelo versus Caleb Plant fight at super middleweight.
Okay.
It's going to be fire, man. That's the fight of the year. Since Errol Spence got injured with that eye injury, that's probably the best fight that you can make in boxing. It's going to be on Showtime, pay-per-view.
Okay.
Yeah, man, it's going to be a great fight. Yeah.
I think I want to see it. Yeah. They want to see it.
I'll send you the link, man. If I don't go to Vegas, I'll send you the link. I might go.
Okay.
That's one of those fights that's kind of worth it. Caleb Plant's white dude from Youngstown, Ohio, can actually fight. He's got some hands on him. Okay. Do I think that he's going to beat Canelo? I don't know, man. This is a real, semi-toss-him-up kind of fight.
I just heard some crazy shit. Tell me this is fake news. Oscar De La Hoya is offering Floyd Mayweather $100 million to fight him before the year is out. Did you hear that?
No room for you. No room for you.
Hang on. Nomad Nick, if you didn't hear that, can you Google it? Can you Google it? I heard that.
No, I did hear it. He offered him $100 million because he didn't get the fight last week. But listen, the fight that I think that's going to be the most interesting that's coming up, to be honest with you, between anything, is going to be Hunter Acre-Woods Beats.
Oh, Jesus.
Versus Florida Boy J's podcast studio to see who's the dustiest.
All right. Hey, listen.
Enjoy your night, Star.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Nomad Nick on the check-in. Isn't that crazy? Oscar De La Hoya offering for... Is that cap? Is he just cloud chasing? He was just on his deathbed weeks ago with COVID-19. You're not going to have no... Even if Floyd says, okay, I'll fight, you're not going to be in any type of shape. He's still having a tough time swallowing that ass whipping that Floyd gave him, yeah? Hey, Tori, I got your donation. Tori says, John Blaze. Yeah, listen, I salute to John Blaze. I don't want to promote any tension, beef, and or drama. Go check out his YouTube channel. His banner is in my community section. If people call in on the line together and they want to talk, then I will allow that. But I don't want to, promote something else that someone else said, and then it becomes a back and forth thing. I want to stay consistent with my policy of not doing that, okay? Thank you so much for your donation, Tori. Franklin, I just spoke to you. Eric, thank you. Is there a black? Tara again. Jason Lee is going in. Can you send me a link, Tyra, please? Here's my email address on the screen. Now, he said he wasn't going to go in. A couple of days ago, he said he put up one post on Twitter. Where is he going in on? Is it YouTube? Send me a link, please, Tyra, if you have the time. There's my email address on the screen. Clark Cunt. Star, I got my Star Report mug. And I'm waiting on my Troll Babies t-shirt. Okay, thank you so much. Hustle says academics was snitching on Meek Mill yesterday on his Twitch. Really? He was defending Karen Civil, and he said, whoa. Send me a link of that. I saw academics on, was it Chig Smooth YouTube channel, but I didn't get to watch the whole thing. Are you capping? I would love to see that, if that is true. Self A got your donation. Self A, maybe black people want to see the torture of white people's, of whites losing their children in the same fashion we lost ours. Okay. Post-slavery PTSD or something to that effect? I don't know. I'm just guessing. Thank you, Clark Cunt, for your other donation. Hold on a second, guys. Area code 678. Good evening. 678. Are you there? Talking about Black Lives Matter up in New York City. Yes, no, maybe. 678 1212. I gotta go. 678. If you're not picking up.
Yo, what up? What up?
Yes, sir. Good evening. Good evening.
Yeah, what's going on? Long time listener.
Okay.
First time caller. You know what I'm saying? It's good.
How are you? Sitting here talking about Black Lives Matter. Are you from the New York tri-state area, sir?
I'm from the Bronx, but I'm in Henry County.
Okay.
Big nigga. What's up?
Are you up to speed on Black Lives Matter down there in Manhattan? That's what we're talking about.
Nah, fuck Black Lives Matter. That shit is Black Lesbian Matter, man. That's what it is.
Well, that's the topic, sir. What'd you call in to discuss? That's the topic.
Yeah, what was the topic? Black Lives Matter, and that's it?
Let's get you out of here. It's okay. I don't mind you listening. You say you're first time caller. Let me welcome you to the goddamn show. Get your fuck up out of here. Area code 347. Good evening. Coming up on the 2-hour mark. You're my last caller. 347. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. You're dragging. You're lagging. I gotta let you go. 769-223. I'm gonna try this last caller here. Area code 401. 347. I have to go.
Hey, yo.
He picked up the last second. Give him a second. Tori, I got your other donation. Yes, good evening. 401. Are you there?
Yeah, what's up, man? I'm probably your last caller, but I want to call in. I'm sure you don't get a lot of Asians calling up in this mode, but I want to clarify a lot of all your three topics. You heard me?
How do we know you're Asian, sir? How do we know you're not capping and pretending and trolling?
Because I'm going to tell you, I'm going to put it with the Southeast Asian. You know what I'm saying? You don't hear that too often in America, but I'm going to say Southeast Asian from the 80s that came after the Vietnam War. You heard?
Do you speak any language from Asia?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Nihongo ga wakarimasu ka? What did I just say?
You probably said something in Japanese, but I don't know what it means.
Oh, okay. Ego ga wakarimasu ka? Any clue?
I ain't Japanese, so I don't know what that means.
Okay, all right. Go ahead. We're going to take your word for it. Where do you want to start, sir?
All right. Let's go with the Haitians under the bridge.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, there's a bias, you know what I'm saying? I see it over here. Like, you know, I live in the Northeast, you know what I'm saying? I went to school with a bunch of Haitians, you know, all these Caribbean people that I never met until I came out to the North, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And there's a huge difference between how they get treated and the Central Americans, the Mexicans, and other type of people who ever cross the border, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And yeah, because they're black, you know what I'm saying? I'll just say it like that, and I'm going to bring it back to the 80s when they deemed Haiti as where AIDS came from. Maybe that's the stigma from that too.
You going there? Let's go.
How about that one?
Let's go.
All right. The second one is the one regarding the missing white woman syndrome.
Yes. Do we
and
have
I'm gonna bring it back to
does the media
Scott
have
Peterson case.
Does the media have a missing white woman syndrome? Mainstream media.
Oh, for sure. Of course. We was it 60+% white in America?
I think so too. Go ahead.
Let's say 60 to 65%, whatever, some number like that. Why? Who else would you put? You got what, like 30 minutes? 30 minutes on the nightly news, right? You break it down to sports, weather, local news, and finance, blah blah blah. There's different sections. You only got a certain amount of slot time for like a major story, right?
Okay.
When you put it in the fucking pecking order by race, you know, so what's gonna draw based on where you live.
You have a point, and you know, the news and the weather has become such a huge business. So you're catering to a certain demographic. So yeah, you want to get the audience that purchases the most. So you can get more money for the corporation or business. So yeah, that makes sense. If we want to get technical, go ahead.
All right. So, like you be saying, niggas die a day, right? So is that really news?
A day, all day.
A day, all day. All right. So third,
and niggas gonna keep on dying too.
All right. The third one regarding Asians, right? And that situation.
Can you? I forgot. What was the third? What was it?
The third one was about the Asian girl in the Carmine with the 3 black women fighting her over the vaccine card.
The hostess. Did you see the video? Did you see the video? Just released today.
I saw parts of it via Instagram. I'm just gonna go. The Asian girl didn't say no N-word. Come on, cut it out, man.
I don't think so either.
Them black girls wearing Asian hair, man. Cut it out, man. You know damn well they was buying yaki and weave, lace fronts and all that. Come on, man.
Shit. Okay. Well, listen. I appreciate your perspective. Again, we have other people call in to chime in, so I'll give you the last word, though. Go ahead.
All right, man. Thank you very much, though.
Yes, sir.
I heard a lot of callers talking sideways about Asians, right?
Yeah.
We don't all roll under one umbrella. There's different types of groups. We're not the same as black. We're not the same as Hispanics.
Right.
Because you all got white names. You all white slaves at one time. Keep it fucking real.
Now, hang on a second. Email me so I can get you back on the show. You got my email address? If we have another.
It's star.
No, it's right there. thehater1964yahoo.com. Stay in contact. If there's another Asian topic, we can get you on early, okay? I appreciate your call.
I bet.
Thank you, man. Take
care.
No
doubt.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Deuce.
Okay. All right. Okay. Folks, I want to thank you for chiming in tonight. And we'll see you tomorrow at some point. I've been trying to do an afternoon show just for research purposes, and then I got twisted around today. I went to the gym early, and I did a little too much. And I was exhausted by 2 o'clock, and I said, fuck it, I'm going to crash. Enjoy your evening, pardon me. And sometimes I say, if you want to launch big ships, you got to go where the water is deep. Take care.